Giving you story after story, everything is true. Some things are kinda scary, so what you gon' do? Cause that's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Sometimes we spit scripture, line upon line, not discussing wickedness, but what is divine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tales from the Sipp, episode 41. Yeah, got a little history lesson for you today. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, check this out. Episode 41, we talking about the Smith Robinson School. Yeah. Now, the Smith Robinson School was the first African American school in this part of in Jackson, Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? It was first opened in 1894. So in 1894, that was right after Reconstruction. You know what I'm saying? Hey, a lot of our people, slavery in it, and boom, during the 1860s to late 80s, some say early 90s, 91, 92, something like that. That was Reconstruction. That's when the all the states in the United States had to rebuild, you know what I'm saying? Because of the war that you know, took the place down. But then, right after that, then the Jim Crow stuff started. So actually, school started doing Jim Crow when they started making those black codes and vagrancy laws to lock up African Americans when they ain't had no jobs after slavery and all this and that. You know what I'm saying? But during this time, a lot of black people will get educated. You got at this time you start having the 1890s, you start having black doctors and all kind of stuff. We just, right after slavery, start getting educated. Right in the 1880s, actually, start having we just always was a thriving people. Yes, sir. That's how the most highest people are. But back to the Smith Robinson School. It was the first, black school in this area. You know what I'm talking about? And this school actually ran up to the 1971. And in 1971, school closed down. It's right there in downtown Jackson. You were to go down, you can Google it. I forgot the name of the street it was on, but I have been there like 3 times. But yeah, back to it. It closed down and it became it was just sitting there closed. But in 1984, they turned the Smith Robinson School into a museum. So if you go there now, ever since 1984, it's been a museum. They got some tripped out stuff in there. You know, you got your stuff in there where you got a tour guide and they take you and give you the history of the school, how what I'm saying, how it was a school at first. And then it tells you how, you know, during the civil rights era, how different people will come in there and, doing different things. They got exhibits there that talk to you about all this stuff. Some of you'll mash a button and then different people start talking like Martin Luther King and other, people during the civil rights era and stuff like that. But now they got a main attraction in there. I ain't seen this nowhere else. Not saying I've been to every museum in the state of Mississippi, but I've been to most of them. Because where actually, how I found out about this place is when I was in Jackson State University, working on a master's degree in African and African American history. So I was in a museums class, and we went to almost all the museums in this area. This was before the Civil Rights Museum and the what's that? Civil Rights Museum. It's two new ones downtown. It's a Civil Rights Museum and another history museum that's open. New. Don't quote me on that if I said the names right, but it's two new big nice museums that just opened down in Jackson. But now, I would advise you, you know what I'm saying, take the time, you in the area, go to some museums, man. Check out the scenery, check out the exhibits, and check out the history. But anyway, the main attraction in this place, the Smith Robinson School, which is now the Smith Robinson Museum, they have an actual, when you go on around in this other room, they have this exhibit showing the slave trade, how it went from West Africa and went to the different places. The slaves, they most of the slaves they brought them from West Africa and brought them to the Caribbean. Then they take you there and season you. That's what they called it. They take them to the Caribbean for about 30 days or better, and let you off the ship, and I guess let you stretch your legs a little bit or whatever. Then they ship you to South America or ship you to United States where we at now. Some they ship them to Europe. But most of them on the slave on that triangular situation, you know what I'm saying? They went to South America. But Senator came here. And now when you see all of that, you see those exhibits, then you look right there to your right, boom, you see the replica of an actual slave ship. Yes, sir. It's a replica of a slave ship, man. You can actually walk inside. It's like it's made up like a slave ship, and you walk inside of the slave ship, and it actually got, these dummies. It's not actual people. They got them sitting up there, fold up, on the different rows on the slave ship, and anybody that's, what I'm saying, if you like me, you get an eerie feeling when you walk through there. You know what I'm saying? It's like you feel something strange when you walk through that exhibit. You never been there, just go down there and check it out. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I took my nephews, I took some more people, and I took them to the museum that day, and that was one of them I took them to, and one of my nephews went through it, and he said, "Ooh, this feels strange." Then he ran back through there again. But yeah, that's the Smith Robinson School. That's now the Smith Robinson Museum. Just wanted to give you a little history lesson today and talk about, you know, something, here in the state of Mississippi. I always got my little stories, but Just want to let you know about that today. Yes, sir. But I know I usually give you the moral of the story. The moral of the story is go and check out some museums in your state. Check out the historical things that happen, in places that culturally have something to do with your people. Yeah. But if you're ever in the state of Mississippi, check that place out that I talked about. Smith Robinson Museum, which was the Smith Robinson School. First school for Black people in this area. But that's all I have for you today. And until next time, I'll see you later. May the Most High shine on you. Yes, sir. Tales from the Sipp, episode 41. Be on the lookout for episode 42. Yes, sir. Peace out.
That's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Sometimes your boy may go way back in the day, talk about experiences and the games that he played. And that's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Hey.